which indicates how these centers are concentrated, how in these centers are concentrated in seeker.
Just one second.
Yes.
Let's go closely on of heart. This is very important. Just one second.
Yes.
Let's go closely on this. Yes.
I have given the center code.
Yes.
Number of students appeared. How many students above 700 appeared? How many percentage above 700? 700 then plus. The percentage above 650. 700 plus. Percentage of above 650. Above 600. Percentage of above 600. Above 600. And then above 550. I have gone only up to above 550. I have gone only up to above 550. Will show now a concentration. This will show a concentration.
Where?
The concentration here is
Where?
primarily concentration here is primarily seeker. Rajkot, there is one station at Rajkot where the total number of students is 1968. Where the total number of students is 1968. Where 12 students above 700. Center code. Where 12 students above 700. 115 above 615, there is something special. 115 above 615, there is something special code. With Rajkot, this center code. That's fine. That's fine. That will at seeker after Rajkot. That will 1,000 students, 8 are above 700. Rajkot. 1,000 students, 8 are above 700. And then next item, a seeker Rajasthan. I'm out of next item, a seeker Rajasthan appearing. 8 out of above 7, 1,001 student appearing. 8 then 69 above 700. Then 69 above 650. 600 and 115 above 600. 241 above 550. 241 above 550. And Lord, also kindly keep it in mind. City coordinators are the owners of these city coordinators, and these are private are the owners of these schools. And these are private. And the invigilators are the employees of these private schools. And the invigilators are the employees of cannot be ruled out that these teachers are cannot be ruled out that these teachers, the coaching centers, which are operating in quota and the coaching centers, which are operating in quota and seeker.
Are what? Are the city coordinators? City coordinators are city coordinators.
No, they are principals of the particular school, which
private schools.
They are principals of the principal of the school where the center is located.
Sorry?
Private school.
Principal of the school where the center is located.
Yes, private school.
City coordinator.
City coordinator.
Yes,
Center
it's completely private.
Principal of CBSE school is the city.
It's completely private.
Principal of CBSE school is the city coordinator.
No. There is in Seeker, there is no CBSE school. There is only one, this Kendriya Mahavidyalaya. 48 are the private schools. And CBSE affiliated, not CBSE run.
They are all CBSE schools.
CBSE affiliated school.
But they are CBSE affiliated schools, not CBSE run schools.
Top 50, you are saying that there is a concentration of seeker.
Correct, Lord. Kindly see this table, Malad. It shows all seeker. 38 of them, Malad. Not a coincidence, Malad. And I'm sure, Lord, consistently, even the last year also, these, Lord, even last year also and last to last year also, this seeker must be doing well for the reason. Because all these private schools, Lord, they are together, CBSE affiliated or Rajasthan board affiliated. Now, one of them is a city coordinator. Rest are the invigilator. And my lord,
But tell us, Mr. Huda, assuming that that is so, I mean, can that be a ground to cancel the entirety of the exam all over the country? Or two, to cancel the exam for seeker as a
no, my
whole?
lord, what I say, I bow down.
There be sure a retest for seeker.
My lord, what I humbly submit
There's
is,
sufficient data in itself.
If
Lord,
all
what-
over the country,
Lord, what
there are
I humbly-
6 people per 1,000 who get above 600 all over the country. That's the average. And in each place in Seeker, you get 75, you get 80. That's the
So just let's see this, what you
The
have
country
completed
average.
over here.
Please,
It's
the
so-
reference value is the country average.
वो डाउनलोड करके पहले उसको भी मैग्नीफाइज मेरे को दिखने में
Lord,
दिक्कत है।
my lord, what I humbly submit is,
Have a paper copy of that page.
Words only.
yes, my lord, it's there. My lord.
Less than 10.
15 दे दिया, give 3. This is my lord 100, 500 and above. This is not with regard to. हाँ.
पूरे इतने नहीं.
It's about this percentage. Good, Mr. Hegde, above what?
6 people per 1,000. That's 0.6%. Is on an average, that's the national. That should be the reference value. Now, if your lordship takes the first one in Rajasthan, or see the Vidya Bharati Public School, let us see how many of them have got in. So above 550, which gets you a state, there are 241 students who have got above 550
Out of 1,000.
out of 1,000 students. 1 in 4 students.
Lord, this is alluding towards systemic failure. And all these people are not from Seeker. They have come from all over the country. They are not people who have taken coaching from Seeker.
How do you
Because
say
of this systemic
how do you
failure.
say that they have not taken coaching from?
I do
Don't
not
make such-
know
I mean,
because if I
then you
compare it,
don't make statements.
hold on please. If I compare it with Kota is the coaching
Quota
hub.
and seeker are education
And, my lord,
hubs.
yes,
People from
now,
students from
and
all
the
over
number
the
of
country
students appeared
stay
in
there.
Kota.
There are hostels,
Where
PG
is the-
accommodations.
where is the-
It's a coaching cluster hub. So don't say that they are not from. They are not.
Belgavi, my lord, in Karnataka is not a coaching hub where a girl goes from Anjali Patel, goes from Gujarat to Belgavi. She fails, she appears in 12th class standard in Gujarat because she's from Gujarat. She failed, but she went all the way to Belgavi, got 705 marks. And Lord, what I'm told is the CBSE syllabus of 12th is completely in align with the syllabus of NEET examination. So it's not possible somebody getting 31 in botany out of 100 and getting 700.
Have you shown data from that center in Belgavi where she appeared? Were the people getting high marks unusually large at that center?
Lord, there are.
You must show us.
Lord, I will. If I will show all these tables in seriatim, Lord, I will show that. So, Lord, this table at 101 indicates there is a heavy tilt for seeker because there is a systemic malaise which has worked in favor of the students appearing in these centers in seeker. And we cannot separate the tainted from the untainted. And all these private people, the person who is doing videography, I give just one example here. Their emphasis is that we videograph everything at all these centers. Though they are private people, in Savai Madhopur, may I have Milord's attention just for a moment? Their emphasis is that though all these are private people, all these city coordinators, invigilators, but our CCTV monitoring is so robust that we catch them. In case of Savai Madhopur, Milord, it is their own case that a wrong question paper was distributed in a different language. And the question paper started at 2 p.m. They got to know, this is on record, and their reply on record to say that we got to know that wrong question paper has been given in Savai Madhopur, Rajasthan at 4:30 from the social media. They are on affidavit to say this. If
how do you establish, we made this point about Sikar, etc. How do you establish that the paper leak, according to you, has spread all over the country? What is the material for you to
Milord,
indicate?
on that, Milord, I'm on a second point now. So far as paper leak is concerned,
Part of this case is the paper leak, right?
not only that, Milord, my very predominant argument besides paper leak is their systems are so fragile, which are being consistently compromised because everybody is private. They are issuing just checks in the name of some videographer sitting in Delhi, some coordinator in the city who are the owners of the private school and the principals. They have absolutely no check.
Tell us one thing. We'll ask you something frankly. Are you challenging the result of this NEET, or are you appearing for people who don't want the NEET at all?
No, Lord. What I'm pointing out that this NTA, the way it is holding this examination can't be sustained for the reason that there is absolutely no system in place. Lord, as I was pointing out, just allow me a moment on here.
It would be also far-fetched to say that there is.
Lord, let me show you. Lord,
we have loopholes, we will address them.
But Lord, the loopholes are being exploited on the face of it. The data is being shown.
Oh, you have to show us that there is a systemic destruction of the sanctity of the exam.
Lord, on that,
Across India.
one thing, Lord,
now you have basically concentrated on Hazaribagh, you have concentrated on Patna, you have shown us some examples from Bahadurgarh, what happened in Bahadurgarh.
Let me
Lord,
quickly.
Student from Gujarat goes to Belgavi and gets associate's grade. Where have you demonstrated before us a
systemic failure? Lord, what is this systemic failure and what is the malaise in this system which they have adopted for this examination? If I count them, Lord, quickly, one is the time gap after the OMR sheets are taken and the time being deposited. It is in the private hands where there is no time fixed for sealing it, and in whose presence these OMR sheets are being sealed. I'm alluding toward a systemic failure that, my Lord, here in Sikar, Mahendragarh, wherever this concentration is happening, the OMR sheets are being consistently tampered with after the exam is over. My Lord, as is being suggested by the Government of India that the question paper could be sold in 1 hour and in another hour the students could do it. In the same manner, after taking the OMR sheet at 5:20, the entire staff in the college, which is a private school and all private invigilators, they have the question paper with them. And they have 2-3 hours with them. What prevents them from filling up the OMR sheets and then depositing it with the city center? So it is this loophole which is being exploited here in Sikar and all these centers, Lord, which are a shining star in the entire sky. Belgavi, Lord, why a girl who failed in Gujarat goes all the way to Belgavi? Lord, the reason is this, not only paper leak. Lord, I'm on a next point.
Now tell us that girl who went to Belgavi, all right, we'll take it as a prima facie suspicious case.
Yes, sir.
The center where she appeared from, what is the performance of that center?
Yes, Lord, I have that.
6% success ratio and 7% success ratio. And Belgaum, 2% success ratio.
About 8 people are, Lord, Belgavi is not a coaching center. Lord, the one reason, Lord, the third thing I want to allude to.
Centers in Sikar? How many centers in Sikar?
Sikar is 49 centers.
How many students in Sikar?
Yes. The total number of, yes, Lord, we have the data. 27,000. Lord, this is, just allow me, Lord. Total number is 27,216.
Students.
That's right, Lord. 49 centers. Lord, it is at page 10.
27,216 students from Sikar.
That's right.
How many students, what is the cutoff to be in the first 1,08,000?
About 580.
If your lordships can give me only 5 minutes to show my charts, that might answer most of your lordships' questions. Rather than going all around.
I'm on a complete, Lord, just allow me to complete.
All right, 27,216 students. Just tell us.
8,000 of them have got above 500.
How many?
8,225 have got above 500.
Yes, Lord, this is the data at page 103. Lord, this data is there at page 103. Lord, may kindly just see this.
Now tell us, Mr. Solicitor, what would be the cutoff for broadly for the 108,000, the last student to be in the zone of admission to a medical college?
Yes.
What would be the cutoff?
Varies from state to state.
Cutoff is not different.
Varies from state to state. But
No.
if you've got above around 600, you're reasonably safe that you will get
No,
something.
my learned friend is.
It will vary from state to state because state domicile comes in.
I'll just, I have put that figure also. If you are having marked 600, you will stand at 81,000 in first 81,000. I have given Malot each wise 60, 600, 605, etc., etc. I'll show Malot. So a person getting 600 will, in all probability, will not get in at least government medical college for the simple reason that though we are counting 50%, total seats are 108,000. 50% would be Malot one half, but from that 50%, 50% will go for SC, ST, OBC and EWS reservation. So merit candidates seats would be available would be 25,000. I have given, we have done the analysis from various angles to show what is the impact, if at all, at the national level, city level and the center level.
That Sikar have the largest concentration of students. Sikar has 49 centers.
Yes. Sikar center-wise also we have done.
And
Kota, let me compare it with Kota.
District in the country which has more centers than Sikar, which is in the country-wise.
I'll not do that.
Can you tell us which is the district which has the largest number of centers?
Kota, I'm just giving Kota as comparing because
we have
Kota
analyzed
is
this.
coaching hub.
Only a minute. What we have analyzed is city-wise, including Sikar, Kota, and other things which are being discussed. We have examined how many students appeared in 2022 and what was the success rate. Similar exercise for 23 and similar exercise for 24. In fact, 24 for Sikar, the success rate has gone down. I'll be able to show that. We have compared it with 22, 23, 24. It is around 19%.
If they can
the success rate is 19%.
And I complete it. But what I'm alluding to is there is a systemic failure in the manner the NEET is examined. One, I said the no address verification. That is why student can go from.
There are two ways of looking at this problem. You all came here because of paper leak. There's no escape from the fact that, yes, there has been a
Paper leak.
Is it your argument that this systemic failure which you are talking about now led to paper leak?
No.
So therefore, today we are trying to understand, we are trying to look into to what extent this leak precipitated in the entire country. If it is a case of systemic failure, that stands on a different footing.
Yes.
Because these are two different things. It is because of this paper leak, you are now able to demonstrate before us various irregularities, illegalities. Maybe, you may be right. But at this point of time, digressing from the issue of paper leak, to what extent can we now go into the question of systemic failure? Because we are trying to examine whether this leak led to that girl securing 705 marks at Belaguri despite failing in 12th standard. Let us address the issue in this manner, whether these candidates at Sikar who have performed exceedingly well, is it because of that paper leak?
I bow down.
There are
I quite
two
understand.
compartments.
These are two compartments.
There are two compartments.
So far as
One
paper leak is
talks
concerned.
about paper leak and to what extent the students took advantage of that leak.
Let me answer your Lordship's question.
Please take your seat, Mr. Nedumbara. These are bad manners, bad manners. I am not very sophisticated like my Lord, the Chief Justice. You may feel bad. Please. 3 times I have said, please, quiet. We have 2 minutes to go. We are making Mr. Huda understand what is going on in our mind so that he can respond after recess. Therefore, you come to your note.
Please.
You come to your note, paragraph 8.
Yes, my lord.
That's the heart. That's the heart of your case.
Where you say that
Just
there's a
read
leak
Just
has gone to other states. Where is there to, what is there any contemporary evidence to indicate that the leak went to other states?
Lord, the only thing on that I can say on paper leak is, Lord, so far as direct evidence of this crime is concerned, that is the file is before this honorable court, matter is being investigated. As petitioners who are not privy to the investigation, either by the Bihar police or now by the CBI, all we can rely on is a circumstantial evidence. In the circumstantial evidence,
Therefore, falling back on an alternative hypothesis that because of the systemic flaws in the process, therefore the credibility of the examination must have been breached in other
I'm
states.
so grateful.
That's your case.
That's
your
my
case.
case. On that,
So
Lord, I have
therefore
just
saying
4 or 5
we
things
have
to
no
highlight.
evidence, we do not have evidence to show that there was a leak in other states. But because of these flaws in the examination process, therefore it's likely that the
This
sanctity of
inflation.
examination, and you have pointed out 3 aspects: time gap between the conclusion of the examination and the sealing of the OMR sheets, and absence of an SOP. 2, staff at the college may well tamper with the OMR sheets without depositing them. 3, there is no address verification of the center chosen by the student. These are the 3 aspects.
That's right. Now, Lord,
Anything else now? What remains for you?
because of
We'll have to call upon the others now.
yes, I'm so grateful. And Lord, it is because of this that there is an evidence, and they maybe put to the question this, that how people from Gujarat going to Bellary, how people from Odisha, Karnataka, Maharashtra coming to Godhra, and how people from Bihar, if this investigation is carried out, my lord, would find people from Bihar have gone to Muktsar, Punjab. If these addresses are checked, that will show
But
that
then
there are.
this girl, instead of going to Belaguri, could have given to any of these sensitive.
She could have chosen, Lord, probably this is a connection. She got a connection.
Why did she have to
I
go
asked
to
you,
Belaguri?
that center at Belgavi, does it have any, does it show any untoward results?
Lord, it is there. Lord, this Belgavi, this is 8R plus 700 and 71R plus 650. I have not the chart. I will give it up post lunch.
Also, Mr. Huda, in many professional examinations, I don't want to name them, otherwise this will become another national story tomorrow. That, in many professional examinations, students do choose centers in a particular zone or whatever, because there's a perception that the marking on the curve is a little more lenient or a little more strict in certain centers. And you not mention those examinations. That may be,
Lord,
that may not
here-
be, that may
Lord,
not be
here the-
strong evidence to cancel the whole examination per se.
Lord, this one.
These systemic flaws which you have pointed out, we'll put to the solicitor, because these obviously have to be tightened up. Because they have to be tightened up. But as of now, I don't think you have indicated to us, and we'll give you now 5 minutes and we'll conclude your argument after lunch. So we'll hear the others and then wrap up.
5 minutes after lunch.
After lunch, 5 minutes.
Grateful.
So that you can conclude, now summarize what you
That's
have
fine.
argued in 5 minutes, and then we will go on to the
Great.
next person.
Your lordships will give me a little time. A little time, not much.
Sorry?
Your lordships will give me a little time, not much.
And they've also about marks and changing of the answers.
There are several things
Anybody who now wants to follow will have to give something over and above what has been argued.
Please.
Mr. Huda has taken up
Please.
the entire
Please.
record now.
But after lunch, your lordship give me 10, 15 minutes, then I'll relieve me, my lord.
I
I wanted to say something which is not,
might even take lunch.
something which they haven't said.
We'll come back after.
Your lordships, may I please mention items 12 and 35?